making this project light and airy was probably the main focus of the project. We wanted the spaces to feel open, to feel ethereal, to feel elevated. I think my work has a little bit of unexpected. At the same time, it feels centered to me and it feels balanced. I like to experiment with different ideas of how to put things together, and many times it happens organically at the studio by things that I have around me, by new collections that arrive, by stones that get brought to me for something different, but then they somehow find their way into an inspiration. And I think it's nice to play with patterns, with materials, and bring them together, even if it's more of a daring approach or something that you would maybe not typically do. I like to create combinations that feel unexpected. I like to play with light in a sculptural way. So whether it's in different types of lamps, whether it's the way that it affects a certain piece, whether it's bringing out the texture or the color. In the living room, the client wanted a desk area, and I wanted it to feel soft and not so officey. I think it's always nice to have a jewelry piece in a home. So sometimes what you're going for in terms of art is more sculptural and more solid and massive, and other times it's more sweet, refined. And for me, it's like that little extra, that piece of jewelry that you put on to flake glow. I wanted it to feel layered. So we played with a lot of whites on upholstery, on the furniture, but all with different textures. I think this is important. I wanted it to feel playful and inspirational. So sometimes when you're putting things together, it's not like you are so, how can I say, guided so much by a specific brief. I like to kind of step out of that a little bit to see how we can reinterpret. Many times, even when I'm staging a house or I'm putting accessories together, something that I thought would work actually ends up working in a different way, and then I like to build on that. And I think this is what creativity is about, that you're continuously creating, not just on plan, but on site as well. I think it's nice to surprise yourself about how something can, from one idea can jump to a different scheme or color or texture or pattern, and then find its way back to a concept with its own identity. Nature makes me feel surprised, so maybe this is one of the ways that it inspires me. The cinema room was designed to feel a bit theatrical, so that when you walk in, you're walking into, it almost feels like a theater when you walk in, with the textures, with the patterns, with the way that we created the levels, the art, the murals. It's supposed to make you feel you're walking into an experience. The color was also important, so we didn't want it to be just like a blank canvas. I think creating these identities within a room is creating little pieces of art. So whether it's a combination of cushions, whether it's a lamp and an accessory, how you combine things, I think there's a lot of fun in doing that, and it's all about experimenting with it. For me, is always a nice way to create something special for a client.